Let's bring in, though, an Ontario Conservative who did win, Scott Aitchison. He's been re-elected in the riding of Parry Sound, Muskoka, handily with more than 6,000 votes. Scott Aitchison, nice to see you. Congratulations to you, sir.
Thanks, Rosie. Good to be here.
Yeah. So tell me why you think it's your third win. So obviously you're an incumbent, you're popular in the riding, but what was it that you were hearing on the doors? What was it that made the difference, do you think?
My experience, I think, certainly helped. But what I heard from people all over Parry Sound, Muskoka, was the challenges of the affordability situation, whether it's housing or groceries or getting to work. People here don't really have the option to hop on a subway or a city bus to get to work, and a lot of them work a couple of jobs because there's so many service-related industries here. So affordability was really the top issue for the majority of people who live in Parry Sound, Muskoka, which I think is often misconstrued. People think it's just all rich people here.
Yeah.
And there's a shortage of people that are wealthy that have places on the lake. But the people who live and work here, the median income in this area is about 20% below the provincial average in Ontario. So these people, a lot of people here have been hurting for a long time.
There was, as you know, criticism of the campaign and the leader about the strategy, but the Conservatives picked up 12 seats in Ontario last night. What does that tell you about the approach and about how it was received in this province?
Well, I think what the leader has done, and I think it's a remarkable thing, but he has energized and engaged the younger generation all across the country, and they have come out in droves. We saw the total vote in Parry Sound, Muskoka go up by over 10,000 votes, almost 10,000, not quite. And I guarantee you that was an army of young people who feel like the promise of Canada that we all enjoyed has left them out in the cold. They can't buy a house, they can't get started, and Pierre spoke to that next generation in an incredibly powerful way, and they came out to vote.
You disappointed with the outcome here? I mean, we're waiting to see whether it's a Liberal majority. It's still possible, but it's certainly not where the Conservatives were, at the beginning of January. Though, yes, a better outcome than the last vote, than the last election. How are you feeling about the results?
Well, I'm always disappointed in having a Liberal government, obviously. But, when I look at the results, I look at, the Conservative Party and Pierre's numbers, we outperformed the polls, frankly. This country has Pierre Poilievre to thank for no more Justin Trudeau as a prime minister. They have Pierre Poilievre to thank for a carbon tax that's been reduced to zero, not eliminated, but reduced to zero. They have Pierre Poilievre to thank for the Liberal reversal on their capital gains inclusion rate. So, Pierre has been, I think, one of the most effective leaders of the opposition in generations. And frankly, I think that this country would be better off to have that kind of a fighter and that kind of a communicator standing up to the bully to the south of us.
So it was pretty clear last night that Mr. Poilievre wants to stay, intends to stay, although now he has lost his seat. I wonder whether you think he has the runway to stay, and whether there's the possibility for him to go find another riding to become an MP. What do you think the future holds there?
Oh, I think the future for Pierre is incredibly bright. He is, look what he's accomplished already. He's absolutely earned the right to take a moment to sort out what happens next. I think he absolutely must stay on as our leader, and I think that this will be a minority Liberal government. I don't think it's going to last that long because the reversal of a lot of policy positions from Mark Carney during the election campaign. I'd be curious to see what happens going forward. The affordability situation will still be an issue. I think that Pierre is going to stay, and he should stay. I think he has, all the ability to do that, and I think that he will actually be the next Prime Minister of Canada.
Let's end on this then, in terms of what you want to see from the Prime Minister, the Liberal Prime Minister, the things that he committed to that you think make sense for the country and that you want to see him move on quickly.
Well, I would note that he did reduce the carbon tax rate to zero. I think it's absolutely crucial that I want to make sure that I can raise my hand in the House of Commons and vote to eliminate that carbon tax law. So I'm looking forward to that. But I will also say that's the biggest one. There's lots of other affordability issues. I would love to, make sure that their housing platform and their housing policy actually makes sense, as opposed to trying to, buy their way out of the crisis by giving money to cities while the cities are raising the cost to build. But I think as well, while we will do our job as His Majesty's loyal opposition and challenge the government, it is important, as Pierre said last night, that when it comes to tariffs and Donald Trump, we must work together, and we will be a united front to protect Canada and make sure that this country thrives.
Ontario Conservative MP again for Muskoka, Parry Sound, Scott Aitchison. Thank you so much for jumping on this morning, and congratulations again to you.
Thanks, Rosie.